Okay, so we just sold all their junk. I think we've talked to everybody we're supposed to be talking to, right? While the world burns. This is Heaven's Edge. Not a big deal. And that's Nenio stuff. And again, we don't have access to the storyteller, so we can't complete that stuff because he's gone. The Outcast. We're still worried about that one. Okay, so we are going to go rest, and then we're going to go save the Hell Knights from their little screw up. We're resting here because Rocket's on death's door, so we want to stop that from happening, getting any worse, and clear up our any type of what is it? Corruption, the demonic corruption stuff. So, what scrolls can we make? More haste, more haste.
Your face was made to be painted.
Thank you. But you know, I think internal beauty is the most important thing in a person.
And she wants to let that internal beauty out of everyone. Usually by chopping off their heads. She's not a psycho, really. She's not. Okay, let's get out of here. That's our group. And Nenio, we now see her in her true form. She's Kitsune, and yep. Okay. So, army. It's got nothing to do. No armies to conquer. Because we can't take on that one yet. We're not high enough. We could probably do it, but it'd be a really tough fight. But, in the meantime, reliable redoubt. Must go rescue the poor little Hell Knights. Might as well get our longer lasting buffs going.
Yes. Together, we stand.
I appreciate privacy.
Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi.
Is there trouble?
There's no trouble. There's never trouble.
Magritium Turinos.
Lots of these. Might as well just.
Now what?
Dun, dun, dun. So, all that. Okay. I'm just thinking. Good, right? This should be lasting a long time. Okay. Let's path down. Let's go look back this way real quick. Make sure there's nothing hiding on the ground. And there's not. Oh, look. Dead gargoyles. Commander, come here quickly. No, you come here quickly. On the mountain, you see a raided camp and two groups of warriors, one wearing white and yellow armor, the other is black. They're led by a tall man in white priest robes. Some of the warriors glance around fretfully, their weapons shaking in their hands. You hear the screams of gargoyles from above. The beasts are approaching the camp.
Quickly, evacuate the wounded. The beasts are about to strike again. Use cloaks as stretchers. We've got to make it through. Paralictor, your people will have to cover us while...
2 more minutes left out in the open, and neither you nor I will have any troops left to order about, Crusader.
But the wounded...
F the wounded.
Retreat to shelter.
If the man in white has anything further to add, his words are drowned out by the shrieks of gargoyles as they fall from the sky. Paralictor will lead to shelter. We need to get through to them, but I don't want to. I got better things to do with my life. Oh, speaking of, I wasn't expecting that. Veronica, not the best space to be in.
Strike with all your might.
Keep you alone. I love Rachel. He's a dick, but he's efficient. Yeah, that's true. He's definitely a dick.
Away, you rascal!
Be get away from that. Get your mirror image up. Mickey. There's Sela. Let's help out over here.
Always win.
Go, Mickey. Nice miss on that one.
The light take you.
Reduced? What's this reduced? Oh, because of this whole slashing thing, right? What are they? So reduction. So they don't have any reduction for weapon types. Well, how can they kind of... Is that reduced? Is that technically magic? Or are they not chaotic? They are chaotic. Why would that be reduced? Cheaters.
We can do it!
Your time is over.
Go scout. Gimpy.
Attack!
I got this.
No problem. Okay. Right.
Adventures await.
Veronica heal with Gimpy.
Our path leads on.
Okay, come on, gargoyles. Oh, wait a minute. Pay attention to our order here real quick. Swap them around. Good. Good. So it actually... Scout should actually go there. Of course, now I just screwed it up again. Okay.
I will guide us.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
I don't like gargoyles. Forget that he can do. I keep forgetting he does hexes and stuff, and it works on these.
Forwards!
Closer for next turn. Yuki, 5-foot step forward. Shoot. That one's only going to be one shot.
Damn you! We shall overcome.
You offend me.
Get him, Sheila.
Into the fray!
Or not. Okay, Rocket. Let's reduce his armor class. Oh, he's almost dead, so it's not going to matter. But he failed the saving throw, so -2 on the armor class for a while.
We won't falter.
Oh, friend. Okay, get a little bit closer.
Are you still here?
Do not hold back.
Shooting Gimpy.
Stand down.
You too, Scout. Now, these guys aren't demons, technically, are they? No, so they're susceptible to lightning.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Nice rolls.
I don't like you.
Great rolls.
Strike with all your might.
No match for Sela. Okay, Mickey, kill him.
Good guys always win.
Crap. Didn't get sneak attacks on that one for whatever reason.
Strike as one.
Away, you rascal.
Good rolls.
The light, take you!
Ugh.
Into the fray!
Okay, Rocket. Reduce his armor class. So failed that.
We can do it!
And that's how it's supposed to go. So, no damage. What dead people?
Hello
Rely on
everyone.
me.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Yep, thank you for watching. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so the sight before you is at once macabre and picturesque. A lifeless couple, a man and a woman dressed in white and yellow priest robes, lie on the ground surrounded by the bodies of dead gargoyles. They are tangled in death. The claws of the monsters are tearing at the humans' clothes, and the largest gargoyle's talon has pierced the man's chest and punctured his heart. But before they died, he or his companion defeated the enemy. The Sword Priestess. Suddenly, the woman opens her eyes. She doesn't look at you, but stares up at the world wound's horrific sky. Her pale lips open, and she exhales abruptly. The sun will never rise again. There's only darkness above me. Even the sky here is cursed, and we along with it. Yacker, walking in the front, steps over the man's body without looking, but turns around at the sound of the woman's voice. The Mendevian faithful break too easily. Heal the woman. You need help. You'll feel better now. The woman pushes you away with a weak gesture. Expand your efforts on someone who can be helped. Leave me. My crusade is over. Who are you? What happened here? I am a priestess of ardent Sarenrae, from the Order of the Sunrise Sword. Next to me is Ashes Strieger, the head of our order. Sorrowful pride sounds in the woman's voice. He has led our forces on raids to the World Wound many times, but this campaign, the gargoyles attacked a few nights ago. A vast number. We've never seen anything like it. Ashes organized our resistance with great skill, but while the monsters were distracting our fighters, a small group of them raided the camp and took our supplies. We were left without food and water in the middle of the World Wound, where it's nearly impossible to find provisions. We shared the last crumbs of our supplies and set off back the way we came. Everyone was suffering from hunger and thirst. We grew weak and could barely fight back when the gargoyles struck a second time. They snatched many of us away. I saw the pain on Anshu's face as he counted the losses, but he managed to rally us. We continued our trek and soon came across traces of a recent battle. Someone had destroyed a troop of demon worshippers. Boss fight.
Tubby, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. I heard the squirrel is looking for you.
In our desperation, we decided to follow the strangers to warn them of the gargoyles and seek their help, having no idea that they were Hell Knights. But we received our only scorn. Every gulp of water in my unit is counted for, they said. They spared us 2 flasks and a sack of dried bread. They said we were allowed to keep the sack to use as bandages. 2 flasks between all of us, a sack of bandages. Hell Knights, Sela curls her fists, almost grunting through her clenched teeth. I'd rather ally with the flesh-eating poisonous wyvern. What happened after that? The gargoyles attacked. Despite how the Hell Knights paralictor had treated us, Ashes endeavored to help them and had us carry their wounded. But that monster had them slaughtered. Ashes was beside himself. It's difficult to conceive of such evil. He told our people to go with the Hell Knights to find shelter, while he stayed to cover our retreat. The woman exhales softly. He was a strong cleric, but as he treated our wounded, he neglected himself, and he paid for it. The commander can't be helped, but you're still alive. Allow me to help you and come with us. The woman looks at you wistfully. Why? So many deaths, so many sacrifices, such bravery. All for what? No, I will not go with you, stranger. My commander and I will die by what we live for, compassion and nobility. I don't want to keep fighting for a world that bows to such laws. May the goddess forgive me. Farewell. The woman closes her eyes, exhausted. And good job, Bata and Delm, beating up on the poor little locust, and welcome back, Delm. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Yakka shakes his head. Commander, I'm not one to advise you, but you're wasting time on this fool, and the gargoyles will soon be back. That's their usual tactics. Fly up, regroup, and attack again. I'm going back to my unit now, and I advise you not to stay here long either. Oh no, she died. Good. Bastard Sword of Hope. Whenever the wielder of this +2 mithril Bastard Sword confirms a critical hit with it, restores hit points to the wielder. It can be wielded only by lawful good, lawful neutral, or neutral good characters. Can Sela use that? She cannot. She doesn't know how. Half plate, full plate, Caraspa. This is actually a fairly nice sword at this level. But she doesn't know how to, she's not skilled with it. The bastard swords, because they're exotic. Oh, look, stuff. Gargoyles. What are you guys doing there?
This, one way or the other. I got this. Heads roll!
Death by Mickey.
Forwards!
Let's reduce his armor class. So his save throw failed, so he's -2 for a while. Shoot away, Scout.
Is over.
Go, Scout. Sela. Can't get to him in time. Multiple gargoyles in here. Ah, they got a cleric. Ah, Gimpy's not going to hit either one of them because it's a half turn. So get closer for next turn. Mickey, take a 5-foot step forward. And shoot the cleric.
Damn you! Bam!
So close.
We won't falter.
And kill that cleric so he doesn't do any buffs and just crap. Now the hunter. A little bit closer. Oh.
Out of my way!
Damn it, Rocket. 2 misses. Distracting Sela. Scout. Actually, Scout. She might be get a lightning bolt off here. That's not going to hit friendlies, maybe. That's not hitting friendlies.
Amranda Grazia.
Oh, it did hit Scott Rocket. I didn't realize Rocket was that close. Oops. He'll be fine.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Awesome rolls. Gimpy. Hit him with a little bit of fire. Oh well. Well, that 2 I guess isn't horrible.
Are you still here?
Oh shit, that one. That one just appeared, didn't it? You can't hit it because he just did appear.
Strike with all your might.
Awesome rolls. Come Rocket can hit that one.
I'll split you in half!
Pick that Mickey. Step back.
You offend me.
Needs a 5, rolls a 3, because that's how it works. Go Rocket. Okay, don't go. So many gargoyles.
The light will take you.
He does have a fireball, but this might work. Be careful not to hit Sela though down there by an accident. It's not going to get her.
Go!
So they all made their saving throws. Mickey, step away. Injured, injured, injured.
Good guys always win.
Killed 1.5. Veronica.
We can do it.
Okay. This is only 1 time per day.
Smear them.
Just not good rolls. Sela. We're fine against this punk. Scout, there's only one left.
Stand down.
Awesome rolls. Okay, he's rolled 2 20s against Rocket. I think Rocket's done at least 1 against him.
No glory without risk.
Attack!
Mickey, step back.
I got this.
Jeez.
Forwards.
Ah, Rocket.
I don't like you.
Great rolls. He did really high rolls for whatever reason.
Away, you rascal.
Still picking on Mickey. He's picking on Rocket.
Into the fray.
Jump Sela, finally.
We shall overcome.
Mickey, step away. Kill that one. Maybe kill this one. Good job. And we leveled up. Yay. Okay, so this area real quick if we can. Even after the attack, the tents are at the Hell Knight camp are lined up neatly, looking like they're ready for a parade. Let's go Hell Knights. Potions and stuff. Lots of potions.
A waste of my time.
No, it's not.
I managed it.
More barding. Muscle warmer. Okay. Lore nature. What's this for?
I am finished.
Demonic energy polluted the earth, creating tumors filled with poison. Wonderful. Yes, yes, okay. Okay, so, it's level up time. So, Gimpy will continue being Arcanist. Almost lawful good. So, it's going to get a feat and another arcane exploit. And skills, of course. Okay, so a feat. Discerning Eye. Initial bonus on saving throws against illusion spells and effects, and a +2 bonus on magic. Can I use magic dice in this? You successfully dispel an ongoing magical effect on an opponent. That opponent takes a -2 penalty on saving throws against your spells for 1 round. Well, reflexes. Guessing select a spell with an area effect and a duration of instantaneous. You can choose a number of targets in the area equal to the ability score modifier used to determine bonus spells for the same type. Charisma for bars, oracles, blah blah blah. Wizards, wisdom's for those guys. These targets are excluded from the effects of your spell. So selective damage, basically. Shield proficiency? No. Choose a school of magic. Any spells you cast of that school are more difficult to resist. So, probably should do that. Like evocation. Okay, arcane exploits. The barrier. Expend 1 point from his arcane reservoir to create a magic. A barrier of magic protects him from harm. The barrier grants arcane a number of temporary hit points equal to Arcanist level plus charisma modifier. And that's for 1 minute per level, or until all the temporary hit points have been lost. Each additional time per day the Arcanist uses this ability, the number of arcane reservoir points you must use again goes up by 1. Additional slide. And we actually allow to move to any location close range. It's like a little dimension door. Energy shield. Type and gains resistance 10 against that energy type for 1 minute per level. Protection increases by 5 for every 5 levels Arcanist possesses. Flame Arc. And flame that deals 6 points of damage, blah, plus charisma modifier, plus an additional 1d6 of fire damage for every 2 levels beyond first, to each target in the line. Creatures in the area effect may attempt a reflex save. Yeah, I know the spell resistance is good for boss battles. Yeah. I'm just looking at the other stuff. This is force damage, cold damage, of course, lightning lens. Shadow Veil. More difficult to spot and strike. Concealment, 1% miss chance. Upside bonus stealth. This for number of rounds equal to 1. Plus charisma, blah blah blah. Spell resistance. +6 level for the spell resistance. Swift consume. Let's do Swift Consume. Level 3 spells. Link. Greater Magic Weapon. Rocket has this already.
Rocket says rar like this.
That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. Pure touch. I don't know. Blink. This is a defensive thing, of course. Against you have a 50% chance to miss the blind feat doesn't help opponents since you're ethereal and not merely invisible. Attack is capable of striking ethereal creatures. The miss chance is only 20%. Any individual targeted spell has a 50% chance to fail against you while you're blinking unless your attacker can target invisible ethereal creatures. Force Punch. Gonna do a melee touch attack. Protection from arrows, though. Communal. This eats up what? I don't know. I think he can learn a lot of the stuff already. He already knows too. Oh, these are level 3 spells. He already knows those. no. He seems to be a common target, though. Let's go blink. Oh, I got one more. Greater magic weapon. This is not a weapon to bypass damage reduction aside from magic. Still bonus. Resist energy community. I know, but it's available to other characters too, so that's why I'm not real concerned about getting it.
We will win this war.
Sila. Ability, knowledge of the world, and persuasion. Weapon focus. Blind fight. Let's see her stats. Okay. Tempted to give her this so she can get that bastard sword. Use that for a while. Seems almost like a waste though, because I don't remember any really good bastard swords later on. History of Terrors. Dun, dun, dun. Missile shield. Shield uses feet. Once per round, you would normally be hit with an attack from a ranged weapon. You may deflect it so that you take no damage if you have the deflect arrow's feet. Oh, as if you had it. You must be aware of the attack. Not be flat-footed. We should probably go after outflank. Get into that point, I think. Yeah, let's grab outflank. And she gets new spells. So, Rocket, you at level 7. When you getting anything? So he gets a feat. And level 4 spells. Yay. Trickery, stealth, and mobility. Or perception. Shoot. Wow, we don't have a whole lot of good mobility in this group. So, your feet. Unless there's 2 weapon fighting involved here, he's gonna be grabbing outflank. 2 weapon fighting is the thing. And new spells too. Level 4s.
The world is full of wonder.
Scout. Our Wind Whisperer. She's going to get Haste of the Wind. Starting at 7th level. It's swift action. Wind Whisperers can affect all allies in 30-foot radius with a haste spell. Effect for a number of rounds equal to Charisma modifier. This ability can be used once per day plus 1 time for every 6 Oracle levels. So, once. Right now. Rounds equal to Charisma. I don't know what Charisma is. And for her. Deadly aim. Dodge is probably better for her, maybe. Iron Will would be good too. Dun, dun, dun. Spell penetration. She's throwing lightning and stuff around. Spell penetration. She doesn't have a whole lot of offensive magic, but she does have a little bit. Let's do that. Okay, a level 1 spell. Bane, cause fear, command in my favor. Yeah, in my favor. Level 2 spell. Just as long as I know we don't get that too much. Is that wearing armor? Protection from alignment communal. So, God, look how many people have that already. My traps. Seal and rocket. Might as well grab paralysis because that's a thing, right? Level 3 spell. So she already has Cure Serious Wound. She gets that automatically. Detect poison. And Rocket's trying to get underneath my desk.
You're out with the pee. What a quick pee. Pee pee.
We don't have anybody with prayer. Magical Vestment would be good. To put on Sela on that. Cars. I have cars that actual saving throw. Let's do Magical Vestment. Okay.
I tire of waiting.
Veronica. Finally, she gets Blood Blast. Let's see, for her. Nice back to back, blind fighting, combat expertise, snow, dazzling display.
It's that time again. Drink some water to keep that brain moist.
And does it help her? History of Terrors, improved initiative. Well, it's related to her class. Maybe. Rapid shot doesn't affect her. What was I looking at? Oh, dazzling display. New weapon in which you have weapon focus. You can perform a bewildering show of powers, a full round action, make persuasion to demoralize all foes. You can see the display. Got nothing else really to do. In all honesty, she doesn't really have much else to do. So, Charge, Water Blast, and Blood Blast.
Here we go again.
And Mickey. Level 7 Deliverer. So feet and... Yay, Swift Study targets, finally. athletics person, stealth, and perception. Accomplished sneak attacker, clustered shots. Ring has 2 sneak attack damage there. You can cause them to all strike behind blah blah. So when you full attack to make multiple range attacks against the same opponent, total the damage for damage reduction. Deadly aim, hammer the gap, snapshot. Here is the attack of opportunity stuff. You have to start grabbing this in order to get the better stuff. So let's grab this for now. Then we don't have to worry about it later. This is the big one. So swift action now. First doing target stuff. Okay, spellbooks. Gimpy. It's got another level 1 slot. Deuce person. I'm gonna help Rocket. He doesn't care about strength. Level 3, or sorry, level 2. We have Scorching Ray. False Life might help him a little bit. Blur is good though. You can use that on other people too. Sense Vital is not a big deal. Let's do Blur. Or Burning Arc. Blur. Level 3, another one. Haste. Heroism. Greater magic weapon. So, this is +1 for every caster, 4 caster levels, so it's only +1 still. So it's not a big deal. Haste, we're going to be using scrolls for haste for the most part. Heroism. Attack roll, saves, and skill checks. Let's do heroism. Oh, I thought I was getting level 4. That sucks. Okay, well, that's Gimpy. Sela. Level 2 spell. Aura of Greater Courage. Allows with an aura immune to fear. If you do not have the Aura of Courage class feature, which she does because she's a paladin. Protection what you cast is 1 minute. This lasts 10 minutes per level, so a long time. So she's set. Rocket. Another level 1 spell. You get level 4 magic next level. Arcanist or yeah, I know. I know. Just disappointing, that's all. Seeing everybody else getting higher level spells, but you have to sit in the back of the class with the dunce hat on. Boss fight.
Tully, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. That's right. I said Tully. Unlike Gimpy, I know the difference between Tubby and Tully.
Protection from alignment. This is 1 minute per level. Well, we can do that. That'll help him out a little bit. Okay, no level 2s. No more level 3s. Level 4. Cape of Wasp. 1 round per level. So, gives you partial concealment against ranged attacks. Any creature that makes a successful melee attack against you takes 2d6 points of swarm damage and poison from the wasp swarm. but is not affected by the swarm's distraction ability. Good enough. False Life Greater. Thorn Body. It's 1 round per level. All this 1 round stuff, or 1 round per level stuff, is annoying, except for that. Life Blast. From all surrounding land, hurl it at your enemies, dealing positive energy damage per caster level. That's for against undead. Protection from energy communal. It's right now. Okay, now they picked up that one, so he doesn't need that. Oh, the bark skin. He's set. Okay, Scout, she doesn't need to memorize. She doesn't need spells, neither she or he. Okay. We just picked up a bunch of these. Didn't really need to do that actually, because Veronica can do that. Unfortunately. Can we camp here? And how did I miss the loot up there? We can camp, right? Apparently we can. Apparently it's not that big of a rush. Okay. Spells.
I always did what was right. Therefore I became righteous. Does it mean whatever I do now becomes right because I am righteous?
Close to Heavens. What's this? Meant the characters can draw their power from good gain. That draw their power from good. Gain an ability to unleash a ray of heavenly light, treating an ally or foe within 50 feet as a ranged touch attack. Oh, let's try to pick this up. I totally forgot we had this. There's the Pipe Fox. Don't care about that. Why did I get Gimpy this level? Oh, his he can swap out points around. That's a swift action instead of an action, regular action, I think. So he's good.
A bright future awaits us.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Yep, thank you for watching. Happy Tuesday. Okay, Rocket's doing the Spark Skin. I'll put that on Scout too. No fear. We don't really need that with Aura of Courage so much, do we?
Friendship lasts forever.
It does. Ah, there we go. So 1 hour per level. Let's put that on her. Don't want to heat these up though. Protection from arrows is 1 hour. Oh, that's from herself. Or she can put that on anybody. Put that on herself. Line weapon. I'm not gonna worry about that right now.
Ready.
That on. That's right, she got kinetic restoration to use on herself. If she needs to. Oh, that's right, I got new blast. So charge water blast. So air and water. Electric blast and water blast. It's half electricity though. Not too useful against demons. Dazzling display. Remember, we have that to use. Where's a blood blast? Which one is the blood blast? Is it just water? I'm confused. I'm really confused. Why is it she... Blood blast. First time Abundance selects water with expanded element. She doesn't gain the cold simple blood blast or ice composite blood. Instead, she gains a blood composite blast, which costs 2 points of burn. Blood blast is a physical blast that deals bludgeoning damage. It is associated with the same infusions as the water. So I guess that's where the charge is coming from? I'm confused how that was working. That's water with expanded element. She hasn't done yet, right? Yes, this can infuse her blast with the ability to manipulate her opponent's insides. Blah. Gains a blood composite blast, which boosts. We didn't get that. Did we? I'm confused how this is working. Huh. Whatever. So she does have a charged water blast at least. Guess we don't need that there. So this, there we go. They're hiding it. So that. So the damage is bludgeoning and electricity. I don't know how blood does electricity damage, but whatever. Oh, this said damages bludgeoning. I wonder how that's going to work exactly. 2 burn points. It's supposed to eat up 2. Okay. So, I think that's figured out.
I'm here all week.
Then McGee, this is Swift. That's his regular star date, so that goes there.
I'll make my own legend.
Anything else in here that's hiding? Slick. So the bleeding infusion, if we want to use that. Yeah, it's a lot of burn. Okay. In we go. Or not. Supposed to be finding a cave entrance, right? It's around here somewhere. There it is.
Godspeed.
Here we go. So, this is a fun little thing that takes forever. If I remember right. There's Yacker and Regil and other people.
Knight Commander, I presume. Your glory precedes you. I am Regil de Renge, Herelictor of the Order of the God Claw, and temporary officer of the joint unit of Hell Knights and the Order of the Sunrise Sword. You and your people should take positions. The gargoyles are regrouping. We expect they will attempt to break through in 5 to 6 minutes.
The joint unit?
Forcibly joint. The leader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword was unable to get to safety, which is not surprising, considering his, shall we say, excessive scrupulousness and sluggishness. Given the extreme situation, I took command of his people.
It's supposed to be good when different people unite. We're here for a common cause. But it still gives me the creeps for some reason. Hell Knights shouldn't be allowed to get their claws into our paladins. It's wrong.
So you ordered your own wounded to be finished off.
Indeed. The gargoyles were clearly trying to capture as many prisoners as they could. I don't know the reason behind these abductions, but I'm not about to give the enemy what they want. That is why all my people were ordered not to be taken alive. And as for the wounded, we didn't have time to get them to safety anyway.
Can you hear yourself? For the sake of principle, in order not to give the enemy what they want, you killed your own wounded. Helpless subordinates. Why does anyone still follow you?
Because we are Hell Knights. We know our duty.
Did you really give... did you really give just 2 flasks of water to the Knights of the Sunrise Sword, suffering from thirst, and a sack of, to use as bandages? Standing behind his commander, Yeager rolls his eyes.
I spared them the exact volume of resources I could sacrifice without risking my own people. However, the situation has developed, and I've already ordered they be given additional supplies. They are temporarily under my charge, and I can use their forces to rebuff the attack. They'll work for their water.
He raises his voice and speaks emphatically, ignoring a whisper coming from a group of Knights of the Sunrise Sword. He seems to be reiterating his position for their benefit. In a place like the World Room, we all need to stick together, even if that means sacrificing something for a comrade. Like your approach, it makes sense to make sure your own people have enough resources and then share what remains with everyone else. We're trying to go on the good route here. That's lawful as
Noble
farce.
Ashes and his Sunrise Swords have already done so. This is what it led to.
Regil's harsh words cause a whisper among the knights in white and yellow. Oh, and good job, Delm, surviving against a spider with a Gauss rifle. I just noticed that. That was 10 minutes ago at least. You won't get away with this. We need to get rid of the gargoyles, then we'll talk.
Agreed. Be ready, Commander. This attack may be worse than the last one.
Time to stretch me muscles.
And wonderful. Rocket. Reduce his armor class. Failed the saving throw, so he's going to be working on that for a while. Scout. Get away, Scout. Throttle blast. Last a little while at least. Oh, we can do Haste of the Wind too. Should wait till these guys get closer before we do that, I guess. Somebody just smited him. Ow. Leave Mickey alone, you bastards. Okay, Mickey. Get away.
Are you still here?
Oh, nice rolls, Mickey. Nice shooting, bozos. Sela. Well, she activates her sword. That'll last, what, 7 minutes? It's a long time. Gimpy. What's this do again? Target an ally or foe within 30 meters of range. Such attack. This heals allies for 46 plus 2d6 per. Oh, we can do that to heal Mickey. That's helpful. Okay, Veronica. Let's take a step back. She could do dazzling display. Blast them with water stuff. Blood blast. Blood blast. First one.
We won't falter.
Well, that's gonna be a while. Because she's in. Oh, that's right. She's empowering it, which is another thing. These are excellent shots. I hope you know that. What's the... Why are they so gung-ho about going after Mickey, jerkwad?
Out of my way!
Good rolls. Scout. Shoot that one, I guess. Or actually, couldn't. These guys are just sitting back there with the archery stuff. How long does this last anyway? Equal to a charisma modifier, which is 5. So 5 rounds of haste. If she goes back this way, grab a couple more people. Oh, it doesn't affect these guys, it only affects party members? Well, that sucks. That sucks.
Your time is over.
Ah, dogs are back from their walk. Hey, Mickey. Attack of opportunity again. Oh. Mickey. Get away, Mickey.
Good guys always win. That's all you've got? My cat Letho could do better.
Don't. I'm still hasted. And going after Gimpy this time.
I got this.
Was it good? Veronica, blast this one, please.
Strike with all your might.
And she missed. All that warm up for nothing.
Forgive me for this failure.
And Gimpy's already down because they want to kill him. shots. Oh, the cleric. Cleric gargoyle needs to die. Scout. Kill Gimpy. She can be opening herself up to attacks of opportunity, unfortunately, maybe. Although I think they already did that this round, didn't they? That's good. It's okay.
I'll split you in half.
Not with those rolls you won't. Jeez.
I shall not falter.
Oh, come on. And I just... whatever. Let's not do empowered. See how this works.
We can do it.
And dice just hate me. Plain and simple.
The light, take you!
You guys should be shooting the cleric, not these guys. Just want to point that out. Gimpy, we don't have Breath of Life. So he's not coming back anytime soon.
You offend me.
Scout, rocket. For this thing, actually, it reduces armor class. And I did the wrong person.
Smear them.
Keep Mickey, you're okay from where you are.
Damn you!
Got to mark him. Veronica.
Forwards.
Dice don't like me.
You are nothing before me.
No glory without risk!
Of course, these crappy archers aren't helping.
Hey Gimpy, have you hydrated lately?
I have.
If not, you really should.
I know. Blast with lightning, but we're not going to do that.
Stand down.
I don't like you.
We're going after Sela, no problem. Mickey, kill the cleric, please. Thank you.
They choose
You are
to
welcome.
stand against me.
Now, go kill something.
So we're still in combat, so Gimpy didn't come back up. As they're up there. So what happens if we do heal Gimpy?
Ah, it's no use.
Nope. Doesn't work. It's in range.
Good guys always win.
So Gimpy's fireball would be really useful about now. Just saying. Oh, look. Oh, they got wings. That's not going to affect them, is it? But it'll affect him. I just killed all my people. Because they're brilliant people.
Away, you rascal!
Everybody into the mud. Dun, dun, dun. Let's reduce his armor class. Saving throw, but still -2 for a round. Mickey. Let's get a little bit closer.
I got this.
Good job, Mickey. Oh my god, hit but didn't do any damage. Okay, we have to remove this. It's not going to help us. Extended range, still not a blood blast.
We won't falter.
She gets charged up. A little closer. And behind us. Okay, Scout. No friendlies in the way. Look. Lightning bolt. They're not officially there yet, are they? Because they're not showing up as targets for that. God, I hate that. And I misclicked. I misclicked because I'm good. I am that good. This whole fight has been just a clusterfuck.
Into the fray.
Between the bad dice rolls and misclicks, it's just ugh. Still gonna have to seal on. That's what we want them to do. Let's reduce your armor class. Need a saving throw. So are these guys just better than the ones we've been fighting outside? No, they're basically the same level.
Out of my way!
Except for that stuff. Again, cleric. Step away from that guy and kill that cleric.
Damn you!
Or not. See, bad dice rolls. Go step away. Go after the cleric.
Strike with all your might.
Well, that did pretty good. 10d6 bludgeoning. So that was the blood blast. That actually hits pretty good. I saw bludgeoning, so that's good. Scout, step away.
Your time is over.
Just kill those guys up there. Good. Where's Rocket? Rocket's there. I think Rocket's going after that one.
The light take you!
Oh look, more gargoyles. Or has that one been up there the whole time? Boss fight.
Tubby, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. I heard the squirrel is looking for you.
Okay, I'm gonna mark. He's probably gonna shoot that one next. But I'm gonna step away. Shoot the cleric.
Are you still here?
God. Nice rolls. Yeah, Sela can take these, no problem.
We can do it.
Nice miss. Okay, Scout. Let's do a haste.
You offend me.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Oh, now he's going after Rocket. Bastard.
Smear them.
Bad rolls. Anyway, good job down, beating up on a locust. Who's that? Drain 2 levels from Sela. Bite me. Because you don't want to die. Sorry, mark. Next, shoot you.
Good guys always win.
Veronica. So you can squish that one.
Forwards.
He's 11, rolls a 1. Scout.
Stand down.
Go Scout. You roll so many ones, it's stupid.
Into the fray! Hey!
Okay, heal yourself. Oh, the fire is reduced to 0. Slashing. What the hell was that? Ah, the cleric. Another cleric. There. Use his armor class, maybe. So you failed. I failed the saving throw, so a bunch of turns and no there. And Mickey, 5 foot step back. Mark that one. Kill this one.
This.
Veronica, that didn't touch you, did it?
We won't falter.
Yeah, those hit pretty hard. Dun, 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 dun. Last one, maybe?
Away, you rascal! You'll trouble me no more.
The light, take you!
Close. Stupid gargoyles.
Let us press on.
Together we stand.
Gimpy, that fight would have been much better if Gimpy hadn't gone down so quickly. In all honesty, that would have been much better. Spartan Wisdom 2. Gimpy is wearing Charisma. She doesn't do Wisdom, really. Rocket is technically Wisdom. Dun, dun, dun. Scout is Charisma. She's not Wisdom. Not really Wisdom either. But Rocket is. Rocket's not really intelligence. He's a Wisdom caster. So I'll help him with some spells, maybe? Another level 1. Should put that on. This is enchantment. In simple command such as you select the following options. Affected by spell resistance. Wilk saves negate, so that's pointless. Cure wounds it is. Where's the midget? There he is. Okay, Reginald gracefully stows his weapon and places his hand behind his back. You two, check the area. Mark any potential shelters that offer protection against aerial attacks. Quartermaster, inventory the remains of the camp, or remnants of the camp. I want to make sure the gargoyles are only abducted people and weren't interested in anything else. Send messages immediately to our scout squads and order them to return to camp. I need a full list of casualties, the sooner the better. He turns to you and nods slightly. Commander, your arrival was well timed. Now we can finally talk. I'm quite interested in the events that occurred at the Great Garrison. I suppose you have questions for me as well. What do you want to know about what happened at the Great Garrison? Oh, we have to read this stuff. Stuff. God's blessed me with incredible gift, and Queen Galfrey put me at the helm of the crusade, but that's not enough for you, is it? The wills of the gods cannot and should not replace our sound judgment, and the whims of the Queen of Mendev are no consequence at all. He stops for a moment, thinking. If there's anything you'd like to know before we move on to serious issues. What if I want to join the ranks of the Hell Knights? I don't want to. What are the Hell Knights doing here, within the borders of the World Realm? Same as you and your army, fighting the war against the demons. Stuff. What does Paralictor mean? I am the commander of this unit, and in the Order's hierarchy, I am 2 steps lower than its leader. In the territory of Mendev and the World Realm, there are a few who equal my rank, and I am the most senior Hell Knight officer for many leagues around. We are not done talking about your atrocities. Of course, he doesn't seem hurt or surprised. If you wish, I will explain my position in detail. All the soldiers killed at my order belong to my unit. Therefore, the case is an internal matter for the Order of the Godclaw. You could have sent an appeal to the Order commanders, but the result is inevitable. Not only do the Order's rule and field operation guidelines not prohibit it, they even recommend a policy of death is preferable to captivity. I cannot influence your internal rules, but I hope you understand where this jurisdiction of your order ends and ours begins. I'm not trying to force our rules on Crusaders, Commander, and I hope you won't try to make us disregard ours. If the incident is settled, I suppose we can return to relevant matters. What are you going to do now after the gargoyle attack? I'll wait for my remaining fighters to return. What you see here is only a small part of my forces. As for my long-term plans, that depends on the results of our conversation, Commander. He narrows his eyes. Before we move on to serious subjects, I'd like to address an organizational issue regarding my unit. You may wish to be present. Yekker steps forward and salutes with the clenched fist to his chest. Paralictor, permission to report. During the first gargoyle attack, I determined it necessary to leave my post. I swam over the river, found the commander's army, and asked them to provide assistance. He nods. The reinforcements were much needed. You will earn a double salary for your resourcefulness, Yekker, and 100 lashes for abandoning your post. The young knight grows a little pale, but immediately salutes again. Yes, Paralictor. Nope, none of my business. Rigel, who was watching closely throughout the entire conversation, nods to himself. Now for a more delicate issue. You, Commander, were interested in our dispute with the Knights of the Order of the Sunrise Sword, correct? Their forces in Canabras suffered great losses in the demon attack, and now their leader has perished and his troops are in trouble. They are reeling with no command structure. The Order will hardly be able to recover from the losses they've suffered. What are you getting at? These fighters aren't the finest material I've worked with, but I assume formal command over them. I'll be able to reforge them into weapons of reasonable quality. 1 or 2 might even become true Hell Knights. The rest will be put to good use as well. Do you ever think that people will follow you after how you treated them? Though not the best,
Hey,
they are still warriors and knights.
Stretch your legs.
Blah blah.
You have been sitting in one spot for far too long.
They know what discipline is, and that victory in war doesn't count without cost. Any among them who still haven't realized that aren't worth my time and effort. What does this have to do with me? A spark flashes in Rigel's pale yellow eyes. I suppose, Commander, that for leagues around, from Canabras to Dresden and from Dresden to the cursed city of Iz, at the heart of the world wound, all of this pertains to you in one way or another. You are the catalyst that shifted an age-old balance of power, whether you meant to or not. Your own future and much more depends on the decisions you make here and now, even the ones that seem insignificant. Pretty shown that you will easily sacrifice these people, use them as living shields for your precious knights. I won't let that happen. Let them join my army. At least I don't treat my soldiers as expendables. Well, I'll do a good route. Well then, we both have arguments to make. Let's see what these orphans say. He looks at the warriors in white and yellow, shifting cheerlessly from one foot to another. Initiates of the Sunrise Sword. Your leader is dead. The Order has suffered serious losses and will not be able to recover. You may return to Mendev to join another Crusader Order, or hope that they don't meet the same fate as the Sunrise Sword. Or you may remain under my command. I will not promise that it will be easy, or that our war-making will be constricted by your principles. What I can promise is this. Under my command, you will never again feel like helpless mice in the talons of a ravenous raptor. Priestess, does that mean we've worked off the precious resources you spent on us? The water, medicine, and bandages? Yells one of the knights in white and yellow. I wouldn't make such an offer if I thought you were useless garbage. The initiates of the Sunrise Sword consult with each other for a time, and then one of them, a young woman in knight's armor, steps forward. Your methods of warfare and your treatment of your allies goes entirely against our ideals, Paralector. Commander Gimpy has already said to you everything that should be said. We decided to follow Commander in his march on Dresden. As you wish. It is difficult to tell from Regel's face whether he's disappointed or not. Well then, Commander, let's proceed to the main question and then put an end to this exhausting conversation. No kidding. We should discuss the cooperation between your forces and my own. We do share a common enemy and a common battlefield. My army and I are going to Dresden to free a city from the demons. You can join with us. I helped you handle this attack, but I don't want anything. No, we want them to come along. He rubs his chin pensively. Dresden, an ambitious goal, but most reasonable. Imagine how such a victory would rally all the separate bands of today's Crusaders under one banner, and we certainly need a base of operations inside the Worldwound. I stand ready to support you. Moreover, I can accompany you in your campaign. However, I would remind you that Hell Knights are outside of Mendev's jurisdiction. My unit and I will join your forces and obey your orders, but only for as long as I deem that our goals coincide. Hell no, we don't need the likes of these black-armored statues. I don't want to fight side by side with someone who will slit my throat if I'm weak and wounded. You can't defeat one evil by inviting an equal but slightly more organized evil into your ranks. Slightly more organized than the demons? I could consider that an insult. It's a deal. Yes, Commander. My forces and Regil Derange are at your disposal. Ta-da, but we don't want you right now. Just so you know. Okay. What are you doing here, Rocket? Okay, mobility 23. What's the point of it's to get across, right? For whatever reason.
Just a little more.
Hey, we made it. Stop your whining. We made it. Protection 2. Skeleton of a man wearing armor from the time of the First Crusade. It's holding a skeleton of a child with strange proportions and animal paws instead of its right arm and leg. So mongrel. You're still alive. Praise be Saren Ray.
Rely on me.
Good heal. Oh, that's right. She's got that thing on her head now. She can get an extra couple of dice out of that. So all this for a ring of protection 2. And that guy just not really doing anything, I guess. Okay. So ring of protection 2. She's got a 1. Yeah, better than nothing. Gimpy's armor class is a whopping 12. That's right, all his buffs are gone too. That doesn't work when he's got the mage armor on anyway. It's got 1, Scout's got 1. She doesn't have 1. Okay, back across we go. And go. Stupid gargoyles. Ugh.
I will see this through.
Just in case. Natural bonus for 1 minute per Arcanist level. While this ability is in effect, counts as work out. It's no big deal. Let's see what this loot is. I know it's nothing good, but I swear I went up here too. I don't even remember seeing it. How did we miss that? Looks like the Hell Knights continue to fight the gargoyle, even from the air. They both fell on the rocks and perished. Good job. Okay. Out we go. A little early there, Bata. Delms and beating you to the punch. Primitive altar. Agents. Dun. These guys. Oh, Hell Knights. I guess supposed to be going back over here. Clerics. Oh, these guys we just rescued? No one's supposed to be joining us? Maybe you guys join with the Hell Knight. Hell Knights. Money? We got no money. That's a training. Want beginning trap. Gives him an extra unit, so let's go with you. Not? We can't recruit him. Oh, because we only have 4,000. Oops. Oh well. Next time, maybe. Yay, random encounters. Take 2 steps. 1 step even.
We will be victorious.
Evil undead horses. And undead. Okay, Sila. Ugh, not really. Okay, so rockets, hexes aren't going to work.
I don't like you!
Veronica. But in range? He's in range.
Strike with all your might.
Half turns. Mickey. That one.
Damn you!
Scout. Blast. Oh, and Sila's got negative levels too. Forgot about that. Gimpy. Two heroism on Mickey. Let him hit stuff. Sila.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Still 5th level, so not too horrible. Evil Horse. What you want on game? Oh, crap.
Out of my way!
Great rolls.
We can do it!
Good job, Veronica. Reduced by 5. Why? Exception to slashing. We don't do slashing damage. Not a big deal. Vicky. Let's go after these guys.
Are you still here?
Yeah, roll those ones. 2 ones in a row. I wasn't kidding when I say roll way too many ones. Stupid.
Your time is over.
Do not hold back.
Into the fray.
I'll split you in half!
Go Rocket. And Veronica.
Forwards.
Nice little blood blast. Critical 100. Holy crap. That hits pretty hard. Okay, off we go. Go back here so we can do a little bit of rest. We're almost there, no need to stop. There we go. Okay, let's go sell stuff. Soldiers and the commander. Stuff. Things in the camp. We praise everything's fine. Afraid boots and ropes alone won't be enough. Put the scouts on horses and provide everything they need. Equip the soldiers as you see fit. Follow the regulations. They are written in blood of those who did not follow them. Scouts have been complaining. Local vegetation is like razor blades, they say, and slashing the soles of the boots or turbans or cloaks might protect them from the cold, but they're useless against acid, snow, and caustic mist. Blah. How are they supposed to scale mountains with no rope? So I've been thinking, what if we issued them different equipment, the scouts at least? Afraid boots and ropes alone won't be enough. Put the scouts on horses and provide everything they need. Open as you see fit. It's more like it. I'll make sure the troops have everything they need and then some. An army moves faster if they have fleet-footed scouts. Stuff. Oh, I'm supposed to give money to one of these people, aren't I, in order to have stuff happen. I'm supposed to talk to Erebeth, right? I think she's the one that needs the money.
We march ahead.
Turn that leader head has their own watch me. I wonder why. We need reinforcements. Can you get us some soldiers? There. Consider it done. Ta-da. Oh, look. Gimpy heal himself.
These magics should be used in other ways.
Bummer. Oh. Let's rest. Can we not make these scrolls anymore? Not that we got a chance to use them, but
You're a master at drinking and having a good time. Have you ever thought of putting all that to good use? By throwing a charity banquet or something?
My mother used to do such things, but I don't have time for such deathly dullness. Next, you'll be suggesting I traipse around the homes of deserving poor, basket in arm.
he's so compassionate. Okay, so we have to level these guys up eventually. It does not have access to level 4 spells yet. Next level. Yeah, that'll work for now. Sure, I should have looked at this before, but this is fine. He's good. And then reduce person. This is dexterity. This will help Rocket, I believe. Yeah, Rocket needs dexterity. Doesn't really care about strength. Although he does have to be a little concerned about the weight. Gotta be careful there. Not a big deal. This is his right hand anyway. Oh, the shiny dagger. I like how the daggers are different lengths. It's cold iron. They're both cold iron, right? Yeah.
Hello everyone.
There we go.
Unfortunately, it is time to end the stream. Gimpy needs to eat dinner and spend some quality time with Mrs. Gimpy and the dogs. Have a great day or evening. We will see you tomorrow. Also, make sure to click the follow button and visit Gimpy's YouTube channel.
Okay, well, that's it. I was just about to say I was going to call it a day because it's that time. So, that's that time. So, stream schedule for the next few days. Tomorrow is Warhammer 40k Battle Sector. Thursday, we're back here to Wrath of the Righteous to continue on from this spot. Friday is more than likely going to be Per Aspera, which is a Mars colonizing, terraforming type game. Just did start playing it yesterday. Kind of liked it, so we can continue that on Friday. Saturday is more Star Sector. Sunday is Pathfinder Day. The first half of the stream is Wrath of the Righteous campaign stuff. Second half of the stream is Pathfinder Keymaker Beneath the Stolen Lands with View 27 in their quest to get killed by a boss, which hopefully will happen on Sunday for lucky. And after that, I don't know. So that's where we are for now. So thank you all very much for watching. The stream tomorrow starts at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT. Sorry. Okay, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I know you have many other viewing choices here on Twitch, and I really do appreciate it when you choose to spend your time with me. So thank you very much. Have a great evening, great day, wherever you happen to be. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow.